how to make a tropical house lead in Ableton sounding something like this. For this there are two layers, one's simple, one's less simple. Let's start with the simple. The simple layer is a sine wave, just a sine wave, with a plucky shape amplitude envelope. Easy enough, it's just a sine wave, a plucky little sine wave. The next layer, though, is a bit more complicated. Take a listen. This is a noise sample in a sampler, and once again with a plucky amplitude envelope. Here it's white noise, but you could use something else, such as this. And if you need some white noise, go onto Google and type in white noise, download. Easy enough, but there's some nuance to this that's important. First of all though, before the nuance, look at the filter. We're running this noise through a high resonance bandpass filter. Which kind of gives it a note at that resonance. If I play a few notes, you'll see what I mean. The trick, therefore, is to tune this note. And there are two things we need to do for this. First of all, make sure that key is at 100. This is called key tracking, and it makes filter cutoff move as I play different keys. The final step is to tune this value, so it's a logical distance away from the sine. Notice what happens if I play both and change this frequency. Different values put the noise at a different distance away from the sine. Now you could place it anywhere, but to make it sound natural, place it at harmonic. In this case, I've placed it at the third harmonic, 3 times the fundamental frequency. So as you can see, the peak of the noise is roughly 3 times the fundamental frequency. The other layer, the sine wave. This makes the layers feel connected, almost like they're one sound. Almost like the sine wave is the fundamental frequency, and this noise stuff, the harmonics. Analogous to how a normal tone has a fundamental and a bunch of harmonics. Any waveform repeated generates a fundamental and some harmonics. That's what we hear. We interpret sound harmonically. Technically we're hearing frequencies, but if you hear a stationary tone like this, we perceive it as a single thing, even though technically we're hearing individual frequencies. The ear hears individual frequencies, but our brain interprets it. In this case, taking all that information, taking all those frequencies, seeing that those frequencies are multiples of the fundamental, and combining it into one sound, the tone we hear. And that's why it sounds more natural, placing the noise resonance at a harmonic. In this case, the third harmonic. To dial this in, adjust filter frequency up and down, looking in a spectrum analyzer, seeing where the peaks line up. And as you can see, for the third harmonic, around 800 or so works. Roughly anyway. It's close enough anyway. I mean, look at the frequencies bouncing around there. It's not like you can be too precise. They're just around a certain zone. And finally, throw on some effects, such as reverb. When I hear this sound, I imagine a tiny man in the clouds with a tiny instrument tapping away on his tiny cloud instrument thing. And that's what I visualize and hear, see in my mind's eye. Just realized I should have worn this t-shirt. Tropical house, palm trees, tropical vibes. That would have been sensible, but I forgot. Should have worn this t-shirt.